Hey, what's up everyone? Danny lining back with another CSR2 video. Today we are checking out the LB Works Lamborghini Countach, and this is a really cool tier 4 car. We're going to see if it's got a live racing setup. We're going to do a stage 6 shift and tune, stage 5 shift and tune. We'll do a review and all kinds of good stuff on the car. So let's get started with the stage 6 maxed out shift and tune. So when you have all the stage 6 and all the fusions installed, put your nitrous all the way to the right. Final drive 2.45, put your tires at 8 psi, and that's going to give us a 9.948 on the dyno time. Now to drive this car when it's maxed out, we're basically going to let go of the gas right before the car launches, try and get a pretty close to perfect start. As soon as we launch, a split second later after you launch, hit second gear and then your nitrous. That's what I meant to say. All the rest of the shifts right before the red line, just like this. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, nitrous. And you want to go into third around, I don't know, 30 or 40 miles per hour, something like that. And if you get a really good run, we'll probably be in the 9.6s or the 9.7s. It's pretty hard to get down there in the 9.6s, but I believe you can do it to it if you get a really good run. But 9.7s is pretty much what you can expect to see on most runs. Alright, now we're going to set this car up on stage 5 parts only, and we're going to do a stage 5 shift and tune. So, when you got this bad boy on stage 5 with all the fusion parts installed, put your nitrous all the way to the right. Final drive 3.12, tire pressure 8 psi. That gives us a 12.649 on the dyno time and 1111 up there on the Evo points, which is kind of cool. And we're going to go ahead and drive this car the exact same way. We're basically going to let go of the gas right before it launches, instantly shifting to second, a split second later, third and nitrous, and then all the shifts right before the red line. Here we go. Let's go do it to it. 3, 2, 1, go. Second nitrous, third. I don't know, I said that wrong, and I think I messed up my shift pattern. So let's see what she runs. I'm pretty sure I did something wrong right there. So basically it's launch in instantly in the second, then third and nitrous, a split second later. I think I explained that very wrong. So there we got a 12.554, which is pretty average, so that didn't slow me down. I don't know if I did it wrong or if I just said it wrong, but it still ran about the normal time. You might be able to get into the 12.4s, but most of the time I'm hitting 12.5s on stage 5 parts. So let's go see if we can find some sort of live racing setup. So you want to get into second gear as quickly as possible, like instantly after you launch second, and then when you shift into third, kind of play with the miles per hour or the RPMs that you shift into third at. Alright, so we did find something. There's going to be 2 different setups, one without stage 6 parts and one with, but thank you to YouTuber Nitro for access to this account. This content account is a great tool so we can teach you guys about the cars and show you how to drive them and let you know if they're any good. But this is how we're going to set it up for live racing with no stage 6 parts, which is kind of going to probably be kind of so-so, but with stage 6 parts it's going to be better. So what you want to do is put your engine on stock, put your turbo on stock, put your intake on stock, put your nitrous on stage 2, put your body on stage 5, put your tires on stage 3, and your transmission on stage 5. Next, put your nitrous all the way to the right, put your final drive on 4.44, that should be pretty easy to remember, and put your tires on 8 psi, and that's going to put us right there in the 14.8 lobby. We got a 14.79, but that should put us in the 14.8s. And we're actually going to drive it exactly the same as we did for the regular shift pattern. So what we want to do is let go of the gas right before it launches, instantly shift into second gear shortly after third and nitrous, and then all the rest of the shifts right before the red line. And you will need to slow down because this will beat the dyno time, which we do not want to do. We want to run it right at the lobby time. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third nitrous. And here we go with 5th gear. Ba-bam. 6th gear. Ba-bam. It's actually a very easy car to drive, but right about here we want to be like, and downshift once or twice really quickly to make sure we're not running faster than our lobby time, because this car will run faster and then your car will get pushed into places you don't want to be. That time we got in the 14.4, so it's beating dyno by quite a bit. That's a good dyno beating setup, and it should be a pretty decent overall live racing setup, I would think. I can't take this account into live racing to test it, but it'll probably do okay. I don't think it's going to be great, but the next setup should be much better. Alright, so on this one, put your engine to stock, turbo stock, intake stock, nitrous 2, body that's going to go up to stage 6, tires on stage 3, and we're going to put our transmission on stage 6 as well, and then the other parts are stock. Now we're going to throw our nitrous on all the way to the right. I know that sounded funny, but just put your nitrous all the way to the right. Don't pay attention to what I just said that didn't come out right. Put your final drive on 4.07, and then put your tires on 8 psi, and that's going to give us a 13.804 on the dyno time, which means we want to run the car at 13.8, not faster, not slower, as close to 13.8 as possible, and I am having a bad speaking day. Alright, so to drive it for this live racing setup, we're basically going to let go of the gas right about number 1. Right after you launch, second in nitrous, all the rest of the shifts right before the red line. Here we go, let's go do it to it just like this. 2, 1, go. Second nitrous. And third gear. Here we go with fourth gear. Fifth gear, and that's all she wrote, but bam. This is very, 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 very easy to drive. I wish I could take this into live racing and test it, but we can't do that on this account. So, you know, on paper, these look pretty good. On paper, these should work pretty well. There we got a 13.8. The last one was a 13.797. So depending on how quickly you shift into second and hit your nitrous and all that stuff will really determine how fast the car runs. So you gotta get everything just right, or it might not work well. So the next big question is, will this car beat Tempest 3 Tier 4? Well, let's find out. Let's see if we can do the 0 to 60 in 1.37 and the 260 miles per hour on the top speed. So let's do this run and then we'll be right back. We hit the top speed, no problem, but we're going to have to retune the car and see if we can get it to do the 0 to 60 because it did not do it. So let me retune it. We'll do another test run and we'll be right back. Alright, so I tuned this thing for the fastest acceleration, and according to the dyno time, it's not looking good, but does it do it? Let's find out. Come on, come on, come on. Do it, do it, do it. It may beat the dyno, it may not. Ooh, 1.341. That should just barely squeak by, so I would say yes. This car is barely going to beat Tempest 3 Tier 4, but you have to have it maxed out and know how to tune it in order to get it to go what it just did. So basically with the car maxed out, nitrous to the right, final drive all the way at 5.0, and then tire pressure on 8 psi, and that will do it to it and give you that 0 to 60 time for the Tempest 3 Tier 4. Alright, so bottom line is this is a pretty decent Tier 4 car. It is going to be capable of winning some live races. It's going to be capable of beating Tempest. I really can't talk today, but bottom line is I like it. It's a nice car. You really can't go wrong with this thing, to tell you the truth. I mean, if you need a nice Tier 4 car and you don't already have one, by all means, level this thing up. I mean, there's probably some Tier 4 cars that are better than this, but if you're in need of a nice Tier 4 car, this will do most of the things you need to do. I mean, the top speed's not crazy. I mean, the acceleration's not crazy high. The top speed's only decent, but hey, it's a nice little Tier 4 car and probably worth leveling up if you need a Tier 4 car. So that's how I'm looking at it. Thanks. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. I would appreciate that big time. If you drop down the video's description, you'll see some links to some game news, some ways to help support the channel, all kinds of good stuff. Huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys so much for the extra support. If you want to become one, just hit the little join button. If not, that's okay too. Lightning out, have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching my video. Thanks for watching my video. I hate to say, but it's time to go. Maybe you could watch another one. That might be really fun. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for